The number of Southern Response claims is continuing to rise, dashing hopes most claims would be sorted by the middle of 2020. In January this year, Southern Response General Manager Casey Hurren told RNZ there were about 200 claims left. EQC took over those claims at the end of 2019, and former Deputy Chief Executive Renee Walker told RNZ she hoped there would be a few by mid-2020. That hasn't happened, with claims now totalling 236. The Minister responsible, Grant Robertson, is disappointed, but he and EQC say there are good reasons why. Our reporter Logan Church filed this report.
2020 started with optimism from Southern Response and EQC about the remainder of Southern Response's claims. There were, and I quote Southern Response here, about 200 left. EQC were taking them over, bringing in 12 Southern Response claims specialists on board. But 6 months later, when EQC originally said it hoped most claims would be settled or have managed repairs underway.
So I think we'll first of all acknowledge we're not where we would like to be, Logan. At the moment, open, we've got around 230 claims that we are handling on Southern Response's behalf.
236 to be exact. That's EQC's new head of Canterbury Claims, Kate Todd. The plight of those insured by Southern Response has been well documented by Checkpoint. Homeowners have told us of extended delays, standover tactics and immense pressure to settle for what homeowners believe is less than they are entitled to under their insurance policy. One of the 236 homeowners, who asked not to be named, had her ring foundation damaged in the September 2010 earthquake, almost 10 years ago. She is still fighting for some of the costs to getting her house repaired.
Completely and utterly frustrating. Like the hours and hours and hours and the endless amounts of money that you spend trying to defend and present your claim is just ridiculous. All the outside of the house is split. It's winter now, rock gets in. It's just crazy.
EQC's Kate Todd says there are several factors as to why the total number of claims is increasing.
We continue to get claims over cap. So, for example, this year we've received a 90 new claims over cap into the Southern Response bucket. And we also, I think we appreciate now looking at these claims, the layers of complexity of these claims that we're dealing with. The complexities are around, we've got differing reports. It's building the homeowners' trust about the process that we're going through.
She also says the COVID-19 lockdown caused extra delays.
We've lost over 2 months of site visits. Now, we were only able during COVID lockdown to do desktop tasks on these claims, and the reality is most of these claims need site visits to progress them.
And Ms Todd says new inquiries about Southern Response claims are coming in every day. She describes the original goal of having most sorted by mid-2020 as aspirational.
EQC is absolutely committed. We owe it to these homeowners who will be frustrated, probably some of them very angry that their claim has not been settled so far.
The Minister responsible for EQC, Grant Robertson, said he had hoped EQC would have settled more Southern Response claims by now.
I would have hoped they could have been progressed a little quicker than this, but there are reasons for that. They've taken on a number of unsold cases which have ended up being added to that total, and obviously we've had the COVID situation as well. As we get more and further on into the Canterbury claim sequence, the cases get more complex as well, but I'm monitoring very closely how they're going.
Casey Hurren, General Manager for Southern Response, says he also hoped more claims would have been resolved by now. 95 claims have been resolved this year so far.
I'm not surprised. I would have hoped that the number that we've resolved would be higher than the number that we've got in. But I think, as I say, that's just a product of a push to have people that have had unsold properties or are looking to sell their homes in a position where they can check to see if the original work that was done in the first place has been done properly.
And Mr Hurren expects more claims to come in.
At this stage, I expect that we still will continue to receive new overcap claims for the reasons that I was just speaking about before. What would be the ideal outcome from Southern Response's perspective is that there is a net reduction in the overall overcap claim portfolio, so that as we get to the end of 2020, we can be in a position that we can reduce our operating staff both within Southern Response and also EQC.
Casey Hurren says anyone who is struggling with their claim or communicating with those handling their claim should get in touch.
I understand that there are people out there that may still be frustrated with how quickly their claim is progressing and would like to see more movement, and I would encourage them to speak to their claims handler that's looking after them in EQC and set out exactly what it is that they think would be needed to expedite their claim.
In total, Southern Response has paid out $3.14 billion and settled 48,864 claims. For Checkpoint, Logan Church.